Woo. So this talk is about how Magento and this amazing community continues to impress and empower us. Before we dive in though, a couple of intros. I'm Arron Moss, founder and CEO at ZERO-1.
And I'm Callum Breeze, software engineer at ZERO-1, and I've been working with Magento for about 8 years.
We set out to attempt to create a point of sale using Magento. We didn't have a clear vision at the time. We didn't really know where we were going to end up with the product. We just knew that we had some cool tools and we were starting to have fun coding again. Little did we realize at the time that every attempt we made to keep the product simple, actually the more powerful it became. 3 key points to make. Thanks to Ravi for his amazing team for welcoming us again here for the 3rd year. Really, this event has helped us to evolve the narrative on how we take this product to market. Thanks, obviously, to Hoover, and that's the team and the product. And also a special thanks to MageWire and Willem Portman. Really, without the event, Hoover and MageWire, this product definitely would not exist. A little bit about ZERO-1. We've been in business for over 25 years and e-commerce since 2003 and obsessed by Magento since 2009. Our head office is near Manchester in the UK, and in 2023 we established offices in Orlando. We are dedicated to Magento Open Source. We also have some Adobe Commerce customers. However, most of our clients are in the lower turnover bracket, typically suited to the open source platform. So Hoover. Hoover has been our lifeblood. Well enough. However, it is much more than that to us now. Hoover is our innovation powerhouse. We've been involved, the projects that we've delivered over the past 2 years have almost entirely been Hoover builds, and project builds now are getting faster, continue to get more efficient, where to the point now we're delivering certain projects with 0 upfront costs. Simply not possible without Hoover tech. A little bit about the point of sale landscape, really from our perspective. We've worked with different systems. There's 3 great systems here. And we've also lost multiple clients to other e-com platforms over the last 5 years, not through a failed Magento build necessarily, or even a failed POS system, rather the integration between the 2. Specifically, on a personal note, my wife had a retail business until recently, and I had first-hand experience of the pains integrating essential features like store credits, gift cards, etc. And I spent a great deal of time, personal time, building out that omni-channel experience for Lucy's business. So she needed her customers to be able to purchase gift cards online, use them in store, vice versa, and her point of sale simply didn't allow this. At the same time, we were losing, ZERO-1 as a business, we're losing customers to other platforms. We were essentially powerless to that. So what did this do? It caused us to think differently, to look internally at our development team and skill sets, and to begin the discussions on whether Magento itself was capable of becoming a point of sale. So another sidestep slightly to an overview of the omni-channel experience from our perspective. So data using omni-channel is typically siloed, and the merchant can often face challenges getting data from system to system. We, over the years, have often been tasked with developing and supporting commonly known as middleware systems, and on occasion being powerless if the point of sale is closed source, for instance. So Some examples being, can gift cards be easily synchronized between online and in-store? Can customer store credits be used online? And ultimately, can the customer experience be seamless across both of those channels? And we've seen where this list of scenarios grows and the integrations get more powerful between those two channels, the cost has generally been considerably higher. So looking at Magento and the power of Magento Open Source in the extension marketplace, this can pose a significant additional challenge to point-of-sale systems, particularly closed ones, where Magento may have 10 or more commercial gift card extensions, not to mention Adobe Commerce's built-in gift carding. The question we then asked ourselves, is there a way for a point-of-sale to integrate with any Magento extension on the market today? So this is our unified commerce principle, working to join Magento with the point-of-sale experience. Another thing to note, really, at this time, we were really starting to look at what we were going to do with all this time that the development team now had, because Hoover speeds up development, so on. At this time, we were looking to start new product innovations internally, and this other tech, known as MageWire, just kept coming up in conversation. So we wanted to know if a unified commerce experience was possible. And for that, I turned to Callum and simply asked the question, can you develop a unified point of sale using Magento?
Now, that's a question that if I had been asked 3 years ago, I'd have said, sure, of course we can. However, I might need a free schedule for 6 months. However, with what I'd learnt on other projects with Hoover and MageWire, I was confident enough to say, I think we can. And let's start prototyping right away. Let me show you why I think this is the case as a developer. So before we adopted Hoover, this illustrates our traditional life cycle. Got the brainstorming, the scoping and the planning, and then the build, the main part. However, our new process drastically reduces the development life cycle. Thanks to Hoover and MageWire, we now combine the brainstorming with the build, and being able to produce working prototypes within the brainstorming process is exciting. Having been a Magento developer for 8 years, it's safe to say that the most exciting times and our best products have been made within the last 18 months. So, quite clear that the developers love it, but what does this mean for the merchants? In short, the merchants love it because less code, lower costs, and faster delivery. So, these are the great technologies underpinning OpenPOS. Let's have a look at the benefits that OpenPOS brings to the in-store experience. Limitless customization, simply the ability to easily customize the in-store experience and meet client requirements. Centralized customer data. The data all lives in one place, and that's Magento. There's no need for any synchronization. Open source. We love the Magento community, and unified commerce with Magento as the heart has led us to make this product open source. Now, I'd like to focus on the first benefit there, the limitless customization, as this was one of my main struggles historically with Magento and point-of-sale systems. To put it very simply, a customization to OpenPOS is just a customization to Magento. It is completely unified. Let's have a look at 2 ways of customizing Magento. got agency customizations for the more business-specific changes. And we've got the Magento Marketplace, ready-made customizations created by brilliant vendors, thousands of them. And something that we noticed quite quickly with OpenPOS is that almost all commercial extensions we tried worked right out of the box. Here is an example that was key for one of our customers.
Okay, so yeah, I'm not just mentioning a headworks because the obvious connection to the organisers here, but this represents a very classic challenge and example of how using Magento as the point of sale, these simply work out of the box. Next, I'm going to move to a more challenging example. I'm going to hand to Callum again to explain that one.
So this second example shows how we harness the power of another third-party extension to provide prompts to the cashier that are actually unique to the current customer. The extension behind this, MageFan Conditional Blocks, it's a brilliant Magento extension. And it slots right into the unified stack. There was no developer required actually in implementing this. Using this extension with OpenPOS, the cashier is able to ask questions to the customer that are unique to their current basket. This allows the cashier to engage the customer in front of them using data all stored within Magento, ask the right questions, and make personalized recommendations. Receipts are simply a customization of the checkout success page.
And again, CMS blocks, depending on maybe the commercial extensions that you're using, potentially Adobe Commerce. These could be conditional blocks. So in this example, we have unique messaging that can be output, again, to the checkout success page, which is the receipt, in order to drive potentially incentives or more poignant messages to that customer, which are based on their sale itself. And again, we use MageWire technology here to the end part of this process, generated a QR code, very simple piece of code, and that then ties into the Magento core late registration feature to take that customer who scans that code at any point later back to a registration page so we can join that customer data as we create that customer through an incentive. So we met an annoyingly handsome bunch of guys here last year. Yeah, we know who they are. It was our first real investment in a conference, and we were met with such great support and enthusiasm from these guys. And a little later, we found out that they were to be sole Hoover Platinum partners for the majority of 2024. And from that point onwards, we really looked up and aspired to them in many ways, and began to set our standards off them. The company is Vendic, Nick, Sil, Tietze. Within a few minutes of meeting each other, we were striking up a full-on bromance. But more importantly, understanding how we could collaborate, exchange ideas, and tech that would help both us and the wider community for Magento. And that is why we love being part of this Magento community and these events. At the time, when we had a product, but no real clear vision on how we would sell it, they understood it straight away. They got it. And they helped us to ensure that we left Meet Magento Florida last year with the energy and the focus to take the product forward. So thank you. I'm going to hand to Callum now to explain a pretty fantastic case study, thanks to Vendic.
Yeah, this is Vendic's customer, Shogun, based in the Netherlands. Shogun had some unique point-of-sale requirements, and Vendic were faced with providing that point-of-sale system and meeting those requirements. It's a gun store operating 5 tills, as I say, in the Netherlands. Essentially, they required a point-of-sale system for a busy retail environment, and it was crucial that the point-of-sale had to be able to handle products that require legal verification. Vendic saw our launch of OpenPOS at last year's conference and decided it would meet the needs of their customer. I'm going to read a quote out from the guys. Probably easy if I read it there. We customized OpenPOS to integrate legal CAT functionality, allowing both customers with an existing account and guest customers to complete their purchase without double verification. With 5 registers in use simultaneously, it was crucial that the system works reliably and quickly. Here's a screen grab. How we can see that they implemented Shogun's corporate branding. The OpenPOS default theme is based on Hoover, and you can extend this in exactly the same way you would any other Magento store. They also added the ability for the cashier to search for orders right from the till system. They added identification registration, the ability to upload documents, which was crucial for the legal requirements in that country, and functionality for managers to authorize processes right from the till. So as you can see, Vendic implemented a number of key changes to OpenPOS to ensure it was perfect for their client. However, it's worth pointing out that Vendic were not point-of-sale experts, but they did capitalize on their world-leading Magento and Hoover expertise. And this shows, how I said before, a customization to OpenPOS is just a customization to Magento. This shows how the open source mentality drives innovation throughout our community.
So where next for OpenPOS? Commonly requested features will be rolled into future updates of the core extension. However, we're mindful of keeping the core extension as simple as possible. So if you're a merchant looking for a point of sale that can flex to the needs of your business in the same way that Magento can, we believe OpenPOS could be the right product. If you want to know more about it, either come and grab us for a chat or speak to your existing Magento partner who will likely be able to implement OpenPOS very easily. We have some additional extensions, features that we're already discussing and in the pipeline. We'll be developing these as add-on extensions in the same way that traditional extensions are built for the Magento platform. These are made available simply because not all merchants may require these features, and we've been speaking about some of these to potential prospects at this event, such as pay now, deliver later. So again, the conversations we've had have been so valuable in order for us to understand and prioritize these products that we're going to begin to develop. That's it. Thank you for taking the time to learn about OpenPOS product. Be happy to answer any questions. Thanks for your time.
Sorry, did you mention Hoover by any chance?
We did, no. Yeah.
No, is it available on the marketplace, or how do we? How would other?
It is available as a free extension through Packagist, so you can just compose or require it.
Oh, that's congratulations! Thank you.
Have any other questions? Another round of applause for the ZERO-1
Thank you.
Open Pause.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.